Welcome back to Pivot Era, and I'm glad you're here. As you listen to this podcast, you might be enjoying a walk somewhere, or just sitting quietly with your own thoughts. Wherever you are, let's take a breath together. So, today's episode is called Still or Sparkling. It's not really about water, though, yeah, that's where the metaphor starts. Here's what I'm thinking. When we are at a restaurant and there's that tiny moment, when the waiter asks, still or sparkling, it feels like such a small question. But is it? I've been thinking, and have decided, it's actually a pretty deep one. When I was younger, I used to think the sparkling choice was the bold one, effervescent, adventurous, like the kind of person who books last-minute trips and knows how to pronounce the wine list. Still water, on the other hand, felt plain, predictable, safe. But over time, and honestly after a few too many fizzed-up stomachs, I started realizing that still has its own quiet power. Still water doesn't need to sparkle to be complete. It just is. It refreshes you without noise, without bubbles, without trying to impress. And that's kind of how I've started thinking about life in transition. Sometimes we go through seasons where we're sparkling. Everything's changing, opportunities bubble up. We're full of motion and energy. People notice. Things feel alive. And then there are the still seasons, when the surface is calm, when not much seems to be happening, when everyone else's life looks like the place to be, and ours just looks like a pause screen. But here's the thing. Stillness isn't stagnation. It's sediment settling. It's clarity forming. It's the part of the process that helps us see what's really there. Sometimes you don't need more sparkle. You need more depth. Like after leaving a job, even if you don't expect it, things can feel kinda empty. This happened to me. So, when my friends asked what was next, I didn't have an answer. No new fancy title in mind, no plan, no 5-year vision board. Plus, the job market was acting really weird. I was totally stumped. Then what? Here's my truth. It felt like failure at first for me, like I had fizzled out. But looking back, that was the most still I had been in years. And in that stillness, I actually started hearing myself again. I found that small, honest voice I had been drowning out with busyness. It whispered things like, "This version of you isn't working anymore." And, "You're allowed to change your mind." Those weren't easy words, but they were honest. If you've ever been in that in-between, not quite who you were, not yet who you're becoming, then you know how uncomfortable stillness can feel. The world rewards movement. It celebrates announcements, milestones, progress. But not many people post about waiting, about healing, about learning how to sit in silence until the next right thing shows up. And yet, that's where the deepest pivots actually happen. In the sparkling moments, you're visible. In the still moments, you're becoming. One isn't better than the other. They just serve different purposes. Sparkling teaches you expansion, how to stretch into new spaces. Still teaches you restoration, how to fill yourself back up. And of course, you can't stay sparkling all the time, because everyone knows you'll lose the fizz. In contrast, you can't stay still forever either. With that, you'll simply dry up. In life, it's about learning how to flow between the two. Maybe today you're in a sparkling chapter, full of ideas, momentum, and noise. That's beautiful. Let it bubble. But what if you're in a still one? Quiet, uncertain, slow. If so, please don't rush to change it. Stillness is where clarity grows roots, where direction begins to whisper back. The silence isn't a punishment. It's an invitation. And maybe you don't always have to pick. Still and sparkling can coexist, like the version of you that's steady and the version that's curious. You can be reflective and ambitious, rooted and expanding, quiet and brave. Maybe the question isn't still or sparkling. It's, what do I need to drink in this moment of my life? Take a sip of that, whatever it is for you. If it's still, let it calm you. If it's sparkling, let it lift you. And if you're not sure, just stay present long enough to taste it. Because no matter what season you're in, you're becoming something you haven't yet met. Thank you for listening, for being here in this quiet space between things. If this episode resonated, please follow us or share it with someone who might need a gentle reminder that it's okay to pause. Till the next episode, stay kind to yourself. Stay curious, stay open, and, of course, hydrated. This is an AI voice-powered podcast shared by humans who simply want to connect across generations and normalize the art of starting again. New episodes drop every Wednesday and Sunday. Share it with someone who's navigating their own pivot or who needs to hear that beginnings aren't failures, they're growth.